And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age Struggle for Freedom. Last time, we ran away from the bounty hunters that want Balthier's head, and Lamont having to take off from us as well. We're gonna be moving on out of the Lushu mines, at least for right now. As you can see, I'm doing a little bit more bat hunting here. Stupid bats, always swarming everywhere, make me waste potions and cures. Although at this point, potions are gonna be pretty irrelevant, so high potions are gonna be the way to go. One of the comments I did get was apparently you can fight the bounty hunters rather normally. I guess you can get some decent items. I just never tried it. Perhaps maybe at some point. Perhaps I'll try it again at some point just to see how well it would look. Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I got new out of it so far. Well, pretty much other than that, we're just doing some last-minute grinding here, because you never know if you need some certain license points to get some stuff or not. So, with everyone being level 14, I think everyone's looking pretty good. Checking some gambits here. Switching from potion to cure, because I don't want to absolutely go, because I entered it with the highest amount of potions I think I can stock at one point. Oh no, that was for the Nabana dungeons. That's what it was for. I must have been bought down to like the 60s or 50s amount or whatever. It's a shame though that Lamont left us as early as he did, because we could have used some more shades of black. It would have been really nice. But then again, though, like I said in the last video, if you want to just grind for a long time, having Lamont in your party would definitely help out, especially if you could just have him just use Shade of Black and then use Cura. So if you want to, say if you ever wanted to license point grind or loot grind or whatever the case might be, that would have been the only chance to do it. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of other opportunities to grind, probably for better experience, to be honest with you. But you know, pretty much other than that, to be honest, even if you don't decide to grind and you just want to go from point A to point B, it's still not that bad. At least I don't think so. But this won't be the only time we'll be visiting the Lushu mines. There will be a hunt that we are going to be accepting, but we're not going to tackle just yet. Just to give you a bit of an idea what I mean by that is the Nidhogg is actually quite tough, because not only does it hit pretty hard, but when it has haste, it hits you. It also tends to hit you for multiple times, making keep your HP high really difficult. So what I would suggest when you get to a later point is wait until you get a guest party member at a later point in the game to join you. That way you have another attacking ally on your side. That way the attention can be diverted further away from the dedicated healer, and you also want to make sure you also bring Cura with you, as well as I also want to say charge as well, because while you would have the skill charge, and actually I'm not even sure if Frank can even pull that off. At least I don't think she can. I'm pretty sure either Ash or Penelo can do it. I'll have to do a little more research on that. But in the meantime, we are finally getting out of Lushu Mines back to Buzurba.
I see you've been out walking without the company of your cortege, Lord Larsa.
Just gonna do a quick research here.
We caught her wandering out of the mines. You must take care with such undesirables about.
I was kidnapped.
Silence.
If it is a crime to wander on one's own, then I too am guilty. Marquis, I trust that your estate can accommodate another guest.
Why not?
Judge Geese, I shall heed your counsel. I will not travel unaccompanied any longer.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the.
Thank you,
Here we
Penelo.
go. That's what I was looking
Of course.
for. There we go. Oh yeah, a little bit
Penelo
important
doing?
info here.
What's the
Lamont.
deal with that Lamont?
Lamont is
That's
not
no
Lamont.
Larsa Ferinas Solidor, fourth son to Emperor Gramis and brother to Vane.
What? That kid?
Yes,
Do
Vaughn,
not
that kid.
worry.
That
I
kid has
believe he would treat her
royalty in
well.
him.
Nobody
And
knows
plenty
more
of
like
it.
Fran does.
But yeah, now with the
Our
cat
purposes
back.
lead the same
Larsa,
way.
I've always
Jordan,
thought was an
we
interesting
must find
character
means to approach him.
in the sense that he's
Marquis is channeling money to
on the
organizations
enemy
opposing
side,
the
but he's not an
Empire.
enemy
We'll
at
start
heart,
there.
if that makes sense to some people. He does play obviously a very vital role in the game's story. But we'll get into it more as we go along. The next mission here is to persuade people that Basch is indeed alive and as fast as possible because for the gimmick you'll see in a little bit.
The men he's been funding bear little love for the Empire. They won't be thrilled to discover that rumors of your death were, in fact, greatly exaggerated. If we were to raise a clamor to that effect, we might just get their attention.
But yeah, Penelo
to it.
is the
I'll just go around
dedicated
town
white
spreading the
magic
word. How
user
about
here.
this?
And Basch, I think, also has some degree
I'm Captain Basch
of
von Rotzenberg of Dalmasca.
white magic as well, but I don't think he'll get it till later in the game. That's what I was thinking. Okay, now I got that out of the way. So yeah, so here's this next gimmick here. You have to convince the
That certainly
townspeople that Basch
qualifies
is
as a
alive
plan.
as fast as possible, because
All right,
notoriety will
get
slowly
to it.
decrease.
For the girls' sake.
So you have to talk to many Bejerbans as you can, but there are a few NPCs that you must avoid, and if you don't and if you talk to them, your notoriety will go way down, thus making it even harder for you to pull off. So, I'm gonna show you a couple of I'm gonna show you a couple of things you can do to obviously get a bit of a head start. First off, we are gonna sell some of our stuff here, as you can see. Yeah, bone fragments are actually pretty good to farm for pretty early. Didn't earn that much, but hey, it helps. So, you see how notoriety went down for a second there. That's because you're not spreading the word fast enough. And the more people heed your words, the bigger your percentage goes up. So it's a good idea to start here, so that way you can get a decent amount of notoriety buffed early. Yeah, see right there, we could jump to a nice 10%. So we're basically 1/5 of the way done, more or less. Alright, you see the, I skipped them for some reason. But you see these scholar NPCs, the one carrying the books. If you spread the word to them, the notoriety will go up really high. You do want to avoid the Shinjika, the guards.
Don't listen to
And you also definitely want to avoid the Arcadian Wayfarer. Those NPCs can bring down your notoriety super quick.
I'm Captain Basch. I'm Captain
So it's kind of
Basch.
like one of those things where you have to kind of look around, see who you can talk to, but at the same time, don't just talk to every NPC with a smiley face on top, because you never know who they are until you approach them close enough. So it's trying to develop a knee-jerk kind of reaction to it. That's what I'm getting at.
Basch lives.
Nice, we're up to 36%.
Basch lives.
Yeah, see the NPC with the book. Those are the ones you want to talk to, or at least want to spread the word to. These guys there, though, don't talk to them. This guy right here, the city NPCs right there. Those are the people you could be talking to, and there are plenty throughout city Parajana. I think that's what they're pronounced. I kind of just missed it. But yeah, those will increase your notoriety by at least a good 20-25%, which is really nice.
I'm Captain Basch von Rotzenberg of Dalmasca.
And the best talking to regular civilians would do is to just simply increase your notoriety at least a little bit, prevent it from going down further.
I'm Captain Basch von Rotzenberg of Dalmasca.
And plus, I don't think I explored this part of the Sky City, anyways.
Don't listen to Ondor's lies.
Alright, back out we go.
I'm Captain Basch.
Okay, trying to carefully
I'm Captain Basch von
position my
Ronsenberg of
way so I can talk to the city guy here. Yeah, Parijana, that's what they are. Okay. Alright, so we may have to speak to a few more people. And we're getting there. Excuse me.
I'm Captain Basch von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca.
And another 21%. Oof, alright.
Don't listen to Ondor's
We're almost done,
lies.
guys. We're almost done. Yeah, that's the Arcane Wayfarer. Do not talk to the Arcane Wayfarer whatsoever.
I'm Captain Basch von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca.
Alright, and we acquire our last target for the day.
I'm Captain Basch.
And there we go. All done. But now the word got spread so far, now we ourselves will be asked to come into the, I guess, into the tavern here.
This is the one, Navarro. Says he's Captain Basch, he does.
You would sooner pass for the king.
I knew he weren't no captain. That was a mean trick to be playing.
If a trickery it ended, it would end well enough. But why this boy? And why Captain Ronsenberg? An explanation is due, and I will hear it. The Empire's hounds grow passing bold indeed.
A shame if they learnt the Marquis trafficked with the likes of you. Agents masquerading as guides, a hideout at the back of a tavern? Not exactly earning high marks for originality, are we?
Now you've done it.
Wait! So Basch von Ronsenberg does yet live?
Yeah, I told you Basch lives.
So Vaughn really is all right. I didn't think I'd ever get to see
You know what
him
though?
again.
Despite the fact that Penelo was kidnapped to
join him
begin with,
soon.
I'm glad that
And until then, I
that
shall see that you are kept
she
from
didn't
harm.
really turn into a
Thank you.
routinely damsel in distress like
I'm
Princess
troubled.
Peach.
The Rabanasta Imperial Guard appear to have overstepped their bounds. I intend to speak on this with the consul.
What?
Vane Solidor, the consul, is my brother. The first duty of the consul is to maintain order in Dalmasca. My brother is not one given to failure. Perhaps things aren't going as well as they might be, but give him a little time and he will put things to rights. Be not troubled. My brother is a remarkable man.
He frightens me.
Why?
I'm sorry. He is your brother. It's just, you don't understand how much we lost to the war. My friends, my parents.
So you fear the Empire? Listen to me. The men of my family, we are taught to place the needs of others before those of our own. I will see that you are kept from harm. It is my duty to House Solidor.
But how? How can I trust you?
Because I give you my word. My brother would do no less.
Alright, so Larsa gives us his word that no harm will come to Penelo. Interesting
I know
promise
there
for the
must
young
be
boy
more
to
it,
keep.
But to find you at the end of this tale,
despite his age, he is actually quite a
to
capable
see the
Imperial.
Marquis's face when he learns
Again,
it.
to go back to what I said
should like
earlier, that
nothing more.
Larsa,
meet
despite
him
being on the
and see
enemy's
for
side,
myself. How say
he
you, my
doesn't
lord?
seem to be like the enemy at heart.
There is little to be said.
And I can't help but to think, though,
I
he's a
shall
little bit
arrange a meeting with
naive
the Marquis.
into thinking that
We shall
his
expect you at the
his brother
estate.
would do, you know, this world right, considering he already had evil intentions when he invaded Dalmasca from the very beginning. You'll see a lot more of that as we go along, at least at some point. Anyway, another notice board, and this is the beast I was talking about. Again, you can accept the hunt, but I wouldn't go after it just yet, because again, we are a little bit outgunned at the moment. At least I would think we'd be outgunned, so we are going to hold off on that for the time being. Of course, if you want to go after him right now, if you think it's confident to take him on without a guest party member, be my guest. But I'm just going with things the way I prefer to go about things. Anyways, we're going to be exploring this a little bit further before we move on to meet up with Marquis Ondor. Because there are a few things that I didn't get to show off because the paths were sealed off. And this one right here is one of the other street vendors, I believe, yes. Where you can buy more items, some of which you might not already have. So if you are going to buy any items before you move on, I suggest you do so. So that way it'll save you a little bit of trouble. Alright, I think that is all there is to see. Well, I guess no, there was another shop I didn't get to show off. Oh well, there'll always be another chance whenever we go back to Bajerba. So, when you're ready to set off, you're going to talk to one of the guards there to make an audience with the Marquis. And you're ready.
Sir Basch von Ronsenberg. It was not so very long ago that I announced you had been executed.
And that is the only reason I draw breath.
So you are the sword he strung above my head. Vane has left not a thing to chance. And?
A leader of the resistance has fallen into Imperial hands. A woman by the name of Amalia. I would rescue her, but I need your help.
This resistance leader, this Amalia, she must be very important. You understand I've my position to consider.
Would you let us see Larsa? He's got my friend with him.
I'm afraid you're too late. Lord Larsa's cortege has already rejoined the Imperial detachment. I am told they will depart for Rabanastre upon the arrival of the fleet this eventide.
What are we waiting for?
You to calm down.
Captain Ronsenberg, surely the exigencies of position are not lost on you. Why, indeed, you should find the enemy's chains an easy burden to bear.
Wait.
Sorry. Can't be helped.
Summon the guard.
Oh, tempers are starting to flare now.
Huh?
They are to be taken to Judge
go.
Geese.
Those decrepit basking fools in Arcades tie my hands, and look what happens. I tell you, this country's obstinacy knows no bounds.
The insurgents in Rabanasta operate alone at present. However, should they garner external support, the situation could worsen. We have found the counter-imperial elements in Bujerba to be conspicuously well-funded. No doubt Marquis Ondor is behind this. Ondor must be reined in.
By the way, the Marquis has written us a letter. He claims that he's recaptured our runaway. He's given him to Geese.
He will die by my hand.
Your fraternity is moving. Ah, Geese returns with Larsa. Tomorrow morning they will leave Bujerba. See him home safely, Gabranth. Now I'm expecting Dr. Sid. You may leave.
Alright, now we get introduced to, if I remember correctly, yes I do. I think the first, yeah, I believe it's the first instance where a reoccurring character is actually not on our side. Yeah, I know I'm spoiling a bit, but I think for those who have played the game before, it should be fairly obvious about the fact that this is the first game to introduce Sid as a villain. A villain in the story, which is interesting because a lot of the time Sid is usually either a support type of character for the main hero in his gang, or in some cases an actual party member that actually fights alongside with you, like the ones in Final Fantasies 4 and 7 that come to mind. At least is what I remember. Although I think 7 Sid had probably had one of the best limit breaks in the game. That is an Omni Slash. That belongs to another blonde hair protagonist that I could potentially mention. And I actually noticed too that the spear that one of the Imperial Guards is using is actually, it looks like the exact same spear that we can use endgame. So I think that's a nice touch. Now we're at the Dreadnought Leviathan.
The prisoners, my lord.
Majesty.
Bitch slap.
After what you've done, how dare you? You're supposed to be dead.
Come now, come now. Have you forgotten your manners? This is hardly the courtesy due the late Princess Ashalia Benargin Dalmasca.
Princess?
To be sure, she bears no proof of her former station, no different than any mean member of the insurgents.
The Resistance.
His Excellency the Consul asks the ministry of the dethroned royal family in restoring peace to Dalmasca. Those who foster instability and unrest, who claim royal blood without proof, they shall meet their fate at the gallows. There are no exceptions.
I will not play puppet to Vayne.
King Ramanas entrusted me with a task. Should the time come, he bade me give you something of great importance. It is your birthright, the Dusk Shard. It will warrant the quality of her blood. Only I know where to find it.
Wait. You took my father's life. Why spare mine now? You would have me live in shame.
If that is your duty, yes.
Stop being so stubborn. Keep on like this and you're gonna get us all killed.
Don't interrupt.
What?
Vaughn, that stone.
It was in the palace treasure.
Interestingly enough, the plot MacGuffin happens to be carried with us all along. Could you imagine if it just wasn't? If Vaughn actually threw it out or sold it? Man, I think people would have been. I think everyone involved would have been in a lot worse. Would have been in a lot worse position. To be frank, because then they would actually threaten. I think they would have threatened more people to get their hands on the
judge's
stone.
duty is to the law. Take them away.
My lord.
Lady Ash is to be quartered separately. Vain Solidor, what fascination does this hold for you?
So you were carrying it all along? The Fate's jest?
Tell these fates of yours to leave me out.
Keep quiet.
There was nothing else that I could do. You know that.
Oh, I understand. Honor, duty, and all that. I still can't believe that was a free
Say keep
sentence.
quiet.
The Marquis has been busy.
Alright, now we got help on the way.
Listen,
You guys remember Vossler,
it's been a
right?
full 2
Well,
years.
he's here.
I alone have kept Her Majesty safely hidden. I doubted friend and foe alike. I could trust nobody.
You did your duty, and mine for me.
I'm getting her out. I need your help.
Of course.
Alright, now with Vossler in the party, you'll notice that he's definitely much higher level. He has only telekinesis as an ability, which is interesting. What telekinesis does is it draws a heavier flying enemy closer to you, so that way you can strike them with a melee weapon like a sword or a spear or something. Because otherwise, the only way you would have been able to hit heavy flying enemies is if you carry either a lamba with you, or even better yet, if you have magic. So with that being said, though, I decided to look around for some reason. I didn't remember if there was anything else I should be aware of, like item-wise. And then when I discovered that there wasn't, I decided to simply just keep going here.
Wait. A word of caution before we set out. See that red web of light spanning the passageway? It is a mechanism to detect intruders within the ship. Break one of those beams and an
Oh yeah,
alarm
and
will
there's a
sound,
gimmick
summoning the
to
guard.
this map,
The alarm
this
should cease
map in
after a
particular
time,
right now.
but it's better to avoid drawing
What's going on
unnecessary
here is
attention.
that the red
Come, Her
red
Majesty
web
awaits.
line right there, they can set up the alarm and it will summon the guard. So if you want to prevent any more enemies from coming at you, you have to avoid crossing through the red web line, the security line. However, you can't. However, even if you do run across it for any reason, it doesn't like make the game any harder. Well, it kind of does, but it doesn't like make it like an instant game over or anything. Although I think it would have been an interesting sense of urgency. But the only thing that really does happen is just more enemies appear. So if you want to grind for license points and keep stealing for like potions and phoenix downs and whatnot, this is actually the best method to do this, because that way you can save your money on other items that you might potentially want to buy. So that's something I would do here. Like, I know potions are irrelevant at this point, but at least they're nice for emergency healing, or if you need a quick patch up without wanting to waste a high potion at any point during your travels, which I think is nice. But again, though, potions will fall to obscurity soon. We got ourselves a Partisan, which is a weapon for Balthier, although unfortunately we can't quite equip it just yet because we don't have the license for it. it is admittedly at least when I first played it, it is admittedly one of the things about the license board structure that always annoyed me. I don't know why I couldn't just simply equip it right then and there if I wanted to. Instead, I'd earn the license points for it. I can understand earning license points, I can understand earning ability points for like augments and new abilities and things like that. But the weapons and armors bit do kind of rub me the wrong way. Did kind of rub me the wrong way, and to be honest, it kind of still does. But at least the one I don't really prefer them leveling up with a license board kind of grid. But if it has to be, at least every license board in the game, at least for Zodiac Age and whatnot, is different. Different enough where everyone is their separate own class or character. They will cast cast blind on you, but thankfully blind will be able to simply remove it. So if you already have Fran on standby to remove blind on everyone, I suggest you would do that. Saves you a lot. It saves you a lot on eye drops, and also saves you on a lot of turns too, more effectively than you would think. Alright, and we are just about reaching the end of this part, at least for right now. Next time we do meet, we're going to be continuing to exploring the Dreadnought Leviathan, score more goodies along the way, and find Princess Ash. Until then, thank you all for watching.